Okay, I'm gonna try to start doing videos for every single component we sell. And right now I'm gonna do engines. This is being our engine room. There's a whole bunch of miscellaneous stuff, but this is a sealed Conex box. And we do a pretty good job at making sure engines not only run well, but they also do get compression checks on them. So without further ado, these are some of the ones I have. I have about 6 more that are coming from the front to the back that are being processed right now. These 2 are being the late TJs. And again, I got a little itch here, sorry. My hand's full. This one being a early one. It's probably a mid-90s. And then we got some blocks here. So if you're building a stroker or just need a good block, we got some really clean blocks that are basically ready to send to machine shop, or I mean, you could use them as is, but I mean, that's always advisable at least to have a machine. So another 4-liter, and then a couple more blocks, variety ones. So some of these aren't edited. You see SKUs on them there. Got some cylinder heads, got some cranks. Really, we're kind of a one-stop shop as far as your Jeep parts go. We have 7 acres. This is just a very small scale of what we can offer you as far as your project concerns. Coil packs, fuel rails. Here's a 4.2. This was a good example of one that we did a compression on. It actually ran a little bit of blow by on it, no knocks. 145, 130. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold. 145, 135, 125, 80, 135, 135. So that cylinder there, I mean, it can be a couple things. Obviously, it could just be bad rings. Oftentimes, though, if these motors have sat, or these Jeeps have sat, the valves are basically just need to be gone through the top end of them. But this one we haven't done any further investigation on, other than it doesn't knock and it's ready to be rebuilt. And this is a 4.2. So guys, this is going to be a 84 4.2. So this is going to be a good one for a stroker. It's going to have the good crank in it that everybody wants, the rods. Or if you're just wanting to do a 4.2 build, you know, this would be an ideal one too. So this is going to change. Obviously, this video is going to be what I call like a stagnant video, meaning that it's going to go up today. Today's like the July 7th of 2023, a couple days after the 4th. And clearly, you know, our inventory changes drastically. So if you see this video in 6 months, you know, some people go, it's the one I see, it's in this video. And then I go, oh yeah, that was 10 years ago. So thankfully, that's not, you know, the case. We don't have stuff sitting here that long. But at the same time, as far as your guys are concerned, you know, it could be frustrating if you see something you like, but that doesn't mean we don't have it. So definitely give us a call, 303-666-9020. This is a, let's see, what do we got on this guy? 94 YJ or Cherokee. Let's see, I can tell you by, yeah, so this was a YJ. I can tell because the oil filter cap on it, the way that it goes on there. The Cherokees have an angled one. This is an 87 to 90 2.5. So good little runner here. Let's see, what else we got? I think this is another 87 to 90. So we got 2 of those right now, and those are super hard to find. Those are cross compatible for those 3 years. This one got tipped over, so the valve cover got cracked on it, but I'll discount that down a little bit because that's kind of a bummer. That happened here in the container, but everything else is fine on it. And then of course we have this bad boy. These are getting super hard to get. And it's a 360, so if you're looking for a builder, it is another one that needs to be built. But it's got the intake manifold on it still, valve covers all the way down to the oil pan, and really it's ready to rock. So, but definitely don't think that you're gonna throw that in and be good to go. I actually don't know if this one runs. This is part of the reason it's being advertised as builder, because we didn't verify it, and it had no electronics, and the carb, it just was too much for us to try to get it back. And if we were going to sell it as a runner, we'd at least do compression on it, and if we do that, it would go up in cost. So it's going to save you the money just taking the chance on it and assuming that it needs to be built. If you want to take it and do compression, and compression comes back stellar, and throw it in, by all means, do it. People do it all the time, so, but just don't, you know, we try to under promise, over deliver. And I know people say that often, but that's truly how we feel and do things out here. So these are all the engine brackets, AC brackets, all the way down to even the nuts and bolts that we've, tensioners, you know, that we've really gone used to. So anyway, thanks for everything. And yeah, let us know. 303-666-9020, partsbreakers.com.